Let's talk about the weighted Daytona from VS Factory. First off, let's discuss the dial. Honestly, I've always suspected that VS Factory and C Factory use the exact same OEM supplier for their Daytona dials. Visually, they are virtually identical. Many enthusiasts are torn when choosing between C Factory and VS Factory. As the true leading manufacturers in the replica watch market today, the difference between them is negligible. Akin to choosing between Coca-Cola and Pepsi, it's entirely a matter of personal taste. However, my personal take is that when products are of a comparable quality, you should opt for the more affordable one. And VS Factory is demonstrably several hundred RMB cheaper than C Factory. Therefore, if you're prioritizing value for money, I recommend VS Factory. Despite its esteemed reputation, its pricing strategy has always been quite admirable. For instance, with the release of this weighted Daytona, other factories with similar weighted versions scrambled to increase their prices. When it comes to innovation, VS Factory still leads the way. Additionally, the weight in this iteration is somewhat light, at only around 138 grams. This is primarily because, with the current manufacturing technology, it's not feasible to add more weight to the clasp. While the weight might be a slight compromise, the craftsmanship from VS Factory remains consistently stable. It utilizes 904L steel with a gold plating that contains no substances harmful to the human body. It may not be the heaviest option available, but it is certainly the most reliable. It's particularly noteworthy that weighted versions from other factories previously had a known risk of the plating peeling off, although they offered after-sales support. Returning the watch to the factory typically involved replacing the entire case, for which the factory would levy an additional service fee. In contrast, VS Factory now commits that if the case plating peels, they will provide after-sales service free of charge, which is highly commendable. Awesome. The final point to cover is the movement. Currently, the most superior replica watch movements made in China are undoubtedly the Dandong 4130 and the Dandong 4131. In terms of both finishing and stability, they are far superior to the Shanghai-made chronograph movements. I won't delve into further detail on that here. So, let's move to a summary. I personally believe this is the best value-weighted Daytona on the market today, for 3 key reasons. First, it addresses the weight discrepancy issue by employing the latest weighting technology, which prevents the weights from detaching or the plating from peeling. Second, the movement is arguably the best available on the market. The Dandong 4131 movement was initially exclusive to VS Factory, but now C Factory's newest version has also adopted this movement. Third, it offers exceptional value for money. Although the after-sales process can be slow, typically taking between half a month and a full month. And for the very end of the video, a little bonus info. The latest intelligence from VS Factory is that they are preparing to launch an 8800 movement. In fact, there were whispers about this movement being in development as far back as 2023. However, due to the head incident, progress was halted, and the project was eventually shelved. I am confident that in the near future, following the official release of the Dandong 8800 movement, VS Factory's semester collection will be elevated to an entirely new standard.